Anastasia.
Hello, guys. How are you doing today? So, I am back. Okay. Yes, your girl is not going nowhere. So, I know the last episode that I did, it was a very touchy topic, and we're going to get into a very touchy topic. Okay. I don't know what it is with the end of 2023, but a lot is coming out with me and other people sharing their stories. Um, people either deciding to take accountability or not necessarily take accountability for just trauma and moments in people's lives that was that was not like a healthy situation. Okay. um there's a lot coming out, with different stories. And I know that in my last episode I touched bases and I mentioned somebody's name, but I'm gonna try to keep everything as broad as possible. I know a lot of other podcasts and people that do blogs and stuff necessarily like to include people's names, and even I did that um in my first season. But from here on out, I'm not going to be continuing. I'm not going to continue to do that. I'm not going to mention certain people's name um on this platform. The main reason why is because we hear these things in the blogs, and we see a news article, social media is growing more and more as this time goes. And what I think everybody forgets, listening to these stories, even speaking on these stories, everybody likes to speak on these people like we know them. You know what I mean? And I think that we need to take a step back and we can analyze the situation, but we don't need to feel like we know them to the point where like we really know these people, unless you really know them. You know what I mean? Like you've had a conversation with them. I don't know any of these people personally. When it comes to people that have a big name, they've grown their brand. These people that we hear about every single day, I don't know them personally. I don't talk to them, so I'm not going to be talking about them, because at the end of the day, we don't know what these people are going through day by day. We just don't. We just hear a story. People jump to assumptions, and people just want to, come to different conclusions that may not be the exact character of this person. So I'm not gonna speak on people's character. I'm just not. Um, but as I was saying before, 2023, there has been a lot of stories that have came out about different people in the industry. And with these stories that have came out, it has been very touching, very touchy for a lot of us. Especially as like I was about to say especially as women. But it might have been touchy for some men as well. Um we go through things, and and the things that we go through is hard for people. um it's hard for people to share those stories or to share what they've witnessed, because everybody's experience and how everybody heals from it is different. It's not is not necessarily the same, but there are still key points. There are key things that we do experience that we can empathize with when it comes to another person sharing their story. And when those things happen, you know, a lot of us get triggered and we don't exactly know the best response or the best way that we can be there for those individuals. And it's just been heartbreaking. Number one thing I want to say is that for anybody that might be going through anything out there, any type of abuse, whether it's emotional, physical, mental, financial, you are not in this alone. And you must value yourself. Nobody can always pull you out of this or out of that situation unless it's something that you really want. But you have to know that you are strong enough. You are courageous enough, and you have everything in you to fight and make it out alive. And I have to use those specific words because I have to say it in that way, because just by me saying that, is probably some people that's turned off, that's like, I'm not listening to this damn podcast no more. What is she talking about? But honestly and truthfully, I really do hope that anybody that's going through any of those type of situations can stand up for themselves. And it's not about proving a point, because standing up for yourself is just walking away. You know what I mean? You don't got to say nothing to anybody but you that might have known you was in that situation and they thought it was okay, or vice versa. The only person you need to focus on is you, because it's about you. It's about your soul. It's about your heart. It's about your healing and nobody else. And yes, it's important to share your story with other people, not necessarily victim, you know what I mean, but just the strength and how hard you fought, and the value what you overcame. That could be a hand, a helping hand for someone else, by just witnessing your story and just seeing how you overcame that. Nobody is a victim. We are not victims. You know, at the time when you were in that situation, or anyone was in that situation, or whatever, okay, I was a victim, but you change. You become better for you, and you become better for other people. And I think that's mainly important to say, because some people, they still might think that you are that same person even after you get out of that situation, and you're not. You change. You gain a new type of stability. You learn more about yourself, your core values, what life means to you, what you will not accept and what you will accept, what you were willing to change. And you just keep on pushing. So when it comes to abuse, when it comes to people sharing their stories, when it comes to people seeking justice, I think that the best thing that we can do is really have a moment of silence, let them know that we are there for them if we can be, or just say something positive, you know, do something nice, because you never know internally what that person can be going through. And not even just that person, but think about the people too, the families that witnessed it, the friends that was there, and they felt like they wanted to help or make a change, but there was not much that they felt like they could do, or what they did, it didn't matter at the time. These are the things that we have to consider. You know, there's a balance to everything. We have to respect. We have to respect people's challenges. We have to respect people coming into their own, their well-being. You know, it's a transformation that takes place, and I can say that I definitely see a transformation that is happening within this industry. People's eyes are starting to open up more. And a lot of people want to say, oh, everybody nowadays is too sensitive and this, that, and the fourth. And I feel like everybody is doing the work on themselves. The change is happening within us day by day by day. There is a change that is happening with us, which is creating a change within the world. And day by day by day, with this change that we're making within ourselves to become better people, we have better insight. And it's creating positive reflections instead of negative ones. We're going to leave that toxic in the back. You know, we're going to leave those lessons in the back. And we're going to work through the now. We're going to focus on how to be better, how to maintain better relationships, and have healthy social lives. So, that is a quick little message for you all.